I'm cutting out these little, I don't even know what they put those in there for. Maybe to strengthen up the cab because it was probably wobbling on them. So I'm cutting those out so I can get easier access to these little screws here that hold these doors on. That's the mission. We've got more things done too. I'll show you in a minute. Gotta get this off. This is the original piece right here. I didn't really damage any of it. So I'll just take a grinder. You see how they did that? They just welded that on. Take a grinder and I'll clean that up. And that's just like new again. All I have to do now is get my torches. They're up north. And cut the rest of that bumper off. And we can sort of get in on things. There's an old hydraulic reservoir and a hydraulic pump on here that they used for the snowplow. Got this fenders off. Get rid of this. It's pretty badly dented. They had a pretty big impact with the tree on this one. Got this inner fender off. These are pretty simple. Just a lot of bolts. Many bolts to undo. Sort of keeping everything that's on the left side of the truck on the left side and everything that comes off the right side on the other side. Stacy David. He's like, walks in, whoop, done. Whoa, look at that, boys. Think there's any honey in there? That's crazy. I think that's wasps. It's a good time it's not in the middle of the summer. It's a good thing. We'd be dealing with a bunch of stings. Yeah. There you go. Jamie got this side. Oops, I'm not gonna take the credit for that. I wouldn't do that kind of thing. So this is the passenger side, so the left-hand side of the tunnel, the doghouse kind of thing. And this one's kind of rotten at the bottom. So if anybody has any of these, let me know. And also these on both sides. These are right above your legs. There's a little air vent there, but these are rotten as well. Anybody has any of those, let me know. And fenders, of course.
Anything.
Anything. Anybody has anything? This is gonna go out for, get out of there, hose. Caught! Oh my God! That's gonna go out for a recore. This hole right here, I don't know if you can see that or not, is actually where the crank was supposed to go through to
start it.
To crank start, yeah. Yeah, I need the torches to get that hydraulic pump off, make life easy, right? I was turning it and the crank was turning. Can't see it now, of course. Oh, there we go. See? Yeah. That means our crank is turning. That's good.
Yeah, and it's in gear.
Hey, is the truck moving?
Yeah.
Oh, it is too. The floor is just a checker plate kind of deal. It's an old school checker plate. It's a checker dot plate. But very easy to make up, man. We just very easily just make a template of that and cut that out. It was just cut with torches by the looks of it. That's how I did my cruisers, but that's really easy. Carb is all seized, everything on that. Oh, that's the choke. But the controls are all seized. I'll order a new one of those. Oh, we got to find the number for it. The number of the
plate number.
Yeah,
number?
pretty sure it's on the other side. 953-4227. Jamie found that. 953-4227. There's the head number, 383-6848. There. So 3769716. See that? All right. So, according to this, anyway, what I found online, somebody has all the serial numbers of these beasts, or those engines. That is a 235 cc, or cubic inch, sorry, not cc. 235cc would be really small. Yep. So it's a 235, not as much power. I'm a little heartbroken. But you know what? The 235 is, like I said, this is very similar to a Land Cruiser. Pretty sure that's what the Land Cruiser had in it, and it looks really a lot like it as well. Those crafty Japanese people, they like using other designs. Hey, when something works well. All right, so let's get the alternator off it, or generator, whatever that beast is. And we'll get the, maybe take the distributor off it. It's not looking so good. I'll have to clean that up a little bit more first. Well, you know, it's funny because I don't see an adapter plate on that tranny to the bell housing. I wonder if they just bolted up. They must have. It would make sense that they kind of did, right? We'll take the plugs out and put a little bit of fluid down there and let it sit in there before we start cranking stuff over. Can't hurt anything, right? Kind of the way I look at it is if this motor does go, then it's either rebuild it, which would be kind of weird or stupid, or put a Cummins in it. I'm pretty sure a Cummins would fit in that spot right there.
You might not be able to get in the truck.
No, it's a 4-cylinder, it's smaller than that.
Yeah.
It might not be too bad. I've never rebuilt a car motor. No. It can't be that hard.
No, not unless we're going to put a quad cab.
Oh, a quad cab would be pretty cool.
Quad cab would be freaking awesome.
Probably be the best way to do it.
I think so. But even on that, you can just cut the front of the box back.
Yeah, trim the box up. That's true. Well, we'll look online tonight and see what the different configurations of this truck are. NASCO 12-volt. Back when serial numbers were G12. Not 742371117-22B. Let's get that starter off. Pretty much all the wiring is toast on this, so it'll all have to be rewired, and I'll have to put blinkers on it. All that fun stuff.
Tow trucks and cops.
Get rid of that. Hope you remember our firing order. I drained the fluid out of the 4-speed transmission, and there was water in it, so there's about 2 tablespoons of water. That came out, and then goo after that. Not rusty goo, just goo. And then I drained the fluid out of the transfer case, and it was fine, but old, gooey. And now I just drained the fluid out of the engine, the oil, and it looks to be pretty good. Now we know the casting numbers. We can figure out what we need to buy for this. What should I get for this now? What should I do? Like, we need to determine if this engine is good. Should we check the compression?
We got no way to turn it over.
No, but we can do it like, I mean, so do I get a new starter for it?
Yeah.
I'll get a starter for it. And then do we check compression?
Wouldn't hurt.
Probably the best thing to do before I go and buy a carb and alternator rebuild and all that stuff, right? So if the motor's toast, then we can just pull it and yank it and go. That's probably the best way to do it, because I mean, it is an unknown. It may have been running when they stopped with it there years ago, but how was it running, right? Well, let's take a look at the plugs. Do you have a plug wrench in this thing? I'll pour some fluid in before we fire it up, just to lube things while it's cranking over a little bit.
Just even leave it in to sit. Well, we know it's not seized though.
No, well, that's what I mean. Like, just to leave it. Like, you know, the oil hasn't pumped through that oil pump in a long time. My first Land Cruiser I had when I was 16. I'd go into the gas station and I'd say, fill the oil and check the gas. That thing burnt so much oil. It got to the point where, you know, we were just running used motor oil in it, because it wouldn't keep. It was just a waste of money putting fresh oil in it. It would just be gone in a couple hours. But there were never any mosquitoes around me. So basically, we just run a little A little sooty. Let's get that carb out of there. It's all seized up anyway. There is a carb number on the side of that, just for the heck of it. Let's get it. It's a 7, you ready? 7029014. What's that say, 71-8? She's seized. Okay.
A little bit of rust in there.
Little adapter plate. We'll stuff that rag in there. Where's that rag? I think that's pretty good for today. So the next thing I gotta do is, well, I know what starter it's gonna take, so I'll just go and I'll get a starter for it. And then we'll check the compression, but I think it's gonna be fine. Those plugs aren't oily. They're not, like when I used to take them out of my Land Cruiser, there was oil all touching all over, like it was really bad. And there's a lot of blow by. I think we're gonna be okay here. What's this look like? Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be too bad. This case isn't covered in oil. I think we're gonna be all right. So yeah, we need some pieces, some parts. Any of you guys know anybody with CMPs in their backyard? Let me know. We gotta get this thing going. I know. When are you gonna work on the snowmobiles? Soon. We have the 925 big bore line back there sitting. As soon as it gets a little nicer, and I can work in my t-shirt, then I think I'm gonna do it. Did I screw the sound up? No? Yeah, that's it. Get out of here, Jamie.